And so now we're dealing with this broken up kingdom, broken up into multiple parts, and the image itself conveys that it is partly strong and partly weak. And so the question is, would this kingdom ever get back together again? Is there a way of uniting this Roman Empire? I mean, it used to be a great united kingdom.
And we hear a lot of talk about that.
We do.
I even see that in Christian books. Oh, the Roman Empire will be reunited. So we probably should check in with the prophecy, see if that's so.
We probably should. And I think over the years there's been a lot of attempts to do that. Even if you look at just looking at the euro itself, people saw that coming and they're like, oh man, this is
it.
All getting
Roman
back together.
Empire's coming back.
But now we have Brexit and everything else happening. But how does God describe humanity's efforts to reunite the divided Roman Empire into a united Western Europe? Daniel 2:43.
Okay.
Run that for us.
As you saw, this is Daniel speaking to Nebuchadnezzar again. As you saw iron mixed with ceramic clay, they will mingle with the seed of men, but they will not adhere to one another, just as iron does not mix with clay. So there it is.
There it is.
It's not coming back together.
There it is. If people would just read their Bibles, they'd
Well, yeah, and I know I hear Christians actually say, "Oh, there's going to be a reunited Roman Empire," and Daniel 2 says, "No, there's not." And what's fascinating, as we're in the 5th century A.D., 476, the Roman emperor's yanked off his throne. It's the end of the empire. There have been how many attempts to put it back together? I mean, I'm thinking of some key examples. 800. Charlemagne, Charles the Great, is put on the throne, and they declare him to be the Holy Roman Emperor. We're back, and that just falls apart on him. It doesn't go anywhere. And I know that some commentators, I laugh when I read it, that Charles was neither holy nor Roman nor an emperor in the end. And but Charles V in Spain, he almost pulls it together, but in the last minute he gets gout of all things, and he can't go into battle anymore, and divides his empire among his sons, and his sons are idiots. They're just absolute idiots, and they lose control of it. Louis XIV, the Sun King of France, full of himself, he says he's going to pull it together. Who else? Napoleon's going to pull it together. Right. He marches into Russia, loses, out of 600 and some odd thousand men, loses 500,000 of them. The Kaiser starts to spread himself across Europe. He's defeated. Hitler in our own day and age. Oh, our own day and age. I just dated myself.
Well,
but yes, I am from the middle of the 20th century.
Desert Storm, I remember that.
This will be it.
There was a bit of a wanting of rebuilding the kingdom down there, and and stones that were already going up to try to rebuild Babylon. But that God says it's not going to happen. And when God says it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. However, as we're talking, I thought to myself, even when folks read it in the Bible, if they will read it in the Bible, there's this stubbornness. So in Daniel chapter 2, Daniel tells the king all of these things that God has declared. And at the end of that, it's as if Nebuchadnezzar accepts it. But then immediately in Daniel chapter 3, he turns around and he says he's going to defy whatever happened in Daniel chapter 2. And so I think that Satan gets into people's minds, and even if they read it in Scripture, they get so stubborn. They're like, it says it there, but I'll show you. I'm going to rebuild this thing anyway. And then, of course, God has to humble them.